Good morning. It is 6:56 a.m. on Friday, July 13th, 2018. I'm Christiana Ellis and I just got up. This is 5 more minutes. Ooh, Friday the 13th. Ooh. I just had a little bit of annoyance where it seemed like my microphone was not working properly, and I solved the problem because I'm a super genius and I had unplugged my mixer. So it's fine now, I think. Um, it's been a stressful week. There's just a lot of deadlines right now, and so there's just a lot happening, a lot going on. So there's a lot to do. So kind of busy week at work for sure, and um, so I needed to decompress a little bit after work last night, and I did that by going on a nice walk. Um, or along the the Charles River here in the Boston Watertown area, and it was not quite so hot yesterday. It was in the 80s, but I put on some sunscreen and walking along a mostly shady river path, and to get a little exercise. And then when I got home, I did a little bit of arm reps, a little dumbbells, just I want to try to start getting more activity back into my routine. Um, I talked about this before, and I had been feeling pretty stiff. I mentioned doing the little YouTube aerobics workout, I think, a couple days ago. I don't remember what day on the video I talked about it, but I had actually found myself fairly sore from that. And so I was thinking about doing that again, but I wasn't quite feeling it. And I kind of wanted to kind of just, like I said, something that would take a little longer, help me kind of just clear my mind. And so the longer walk, and I was listening to the soundtrack of the musical Chess. Actually, listened to all of Chess and Jesus Christ Superstar yesterday. Jesus Christ Superstar was just because it had been mentioned on the latest Harmontown podcast, and that just made me think I want to listen to that. And then listening to that made me want to listen to Chess, and so it was a musical theater day yesterday. But it was pretty good, and I just sort of it was a good feeling. And then once I had worked out, I was feeling good, and I took a shower to not be all sweaty, and that's where I was feeling pretty good just in time for it to be almost time for bed. Because I had to work a little bit late too. So, but the other thing that I did last night was I played a little bit of the demo for Octopath Traveler, which is a weird name. Um, it's one of those things where a JRPG takes a fairly straightforward game mechanic, which is that there are 8 different characters that you can kind of play on intersecting storylines, and decides that that means that the game should be called Octopath Traveler. Sure. Okay. Anyway, though, it's actually really interesting. I mean, it's a pretty straightforward JRPG in some respects, but one of the things that I think is really kind of cool and interesting about its look is that all of the characters look kind of like the pixel art from old Super Nintendo or early PlayStation, pixel game JRPG games, but they move around in sort of a 3D diorama world with advanced lighting and water effects, and it's kind of a cool look. It's a little hard to really just describe, but I'm sure you could just Google some images and find lots. I think that the full game actually comes out today, although I've got other games that I should really finish before I buy another full game. But I did play a little bit of the demo, and it does seem like a game that I'm interested in playing more of. One of the things, though, that was a dilemma is apparently you are going to be able to experience the stories of all 8 characters, but the character that you pick to start the game with becomes kind of like a main character, like that you'll always have with you. And that's always a dilemma, right? It's like choosing one of 8. I ended up playing Ophelia the Cleric for this little prologue demo, and was fairly pleased with this story. It's kind of charming. It's got some interesting little side characters, and yeah. So if you are interested and you have a Nintendo Switch, the demo, at least it was free. I'm assuming it would probably stay up after now that the game is coming out, but maybe check it out if that sounds interesting to you. So in the meantime, I've got to go ahead and get ready for work, so I will talk to you tomorrow for 5 more minutes.